Moving on to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. I will let all the devotees on the call to please go ahead with your introductions now.
Hare Krishna Lila Priya Radha Devi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and to all the assembled devotees. This is Manjri Lila Devi Dasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Lila Mataji, Danvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Leela Priya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all to Guru Maharaj, and all the devotees. This is Kamadika Dasi from Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Kamadika Mataji, Danvat Pranam. All glories, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Hare Krishna Leela Priya Radha Mataji, Dandat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. This is Shyamaguri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shyamagari Mataji, Danvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Leela Priya Radha Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devi Dasi from Nara.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Danvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Leela Priya Mataji, Danvat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhuji, and eagerly waiting to see your big cake for Sri Radha Kalachan.
Hare Krishna, Vanda Mataji, Danvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji, and thank you for your blessings. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Leela Priya Radha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas College Station, wishing everybody happy Dasara. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna. And happy Dashera to you as well, and all the devotees here. We have a couple of more minutes to go. Anyone else wants to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Leela Priya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Srila Prabhupada, this is Preeti Vilasini Devi Dasi from Atlanta. Thank you, Mataji. Nice to see you.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Leela Priya Radha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai, Preeti Dasi from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my obeisance. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Good morning. Hari Bol. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Shri Ishopanishad Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, welcome to Bhakti Sanga conference call. We're extremely fortunate to have His Grace Sanatan Dharma Prabhuji here with us today. And Prabhuji would be enlightening us by discussing the topic Nar Pashu to Krishna Kukura. But before we dive into this nectarine class, I will request Balbhadra Kripa Prabhuji to share a brief introduction about today's speaker, His Grace Sanatan Dharma Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, and over to you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam to you and all the assembled devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Gauranga. Dhanvat Pranam, dear Prabhu. There is a small introduction for Prabhuji. Yes, many services, but this is what we got. Sanatan Dharma Prabhuji is a brahmachari from ISKCON Pune. Prabhuji is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj and has been practicing Krishna consciousness for about 17 years. Prabhuji has studied B.Tech from NIT Trichy and has worked as a senior manager in Tata Motors Pune. His current services include area management and project development head at areas around Pune. He is a counselor, youth and corporate preacher, congregation preacher, secretary at Voice Organization, and he is also a remote mentor for NBCC Pune Temple. Prabhuji knows many languages such as English, Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, Bengali, Marathi, Telugu, and Japanese, and try to preach in these languages. His degrees include Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, ITC, and teacher training courses. And the most important part is, Prabhuji would like to see the devotees with their videos on. So if humble request, if everybody can switch their videos on, whatever you are doing, you can keep doing and put your video on. Thank you. Over to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavad.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the introduction. Hare Krishna Sanatan Dharma Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving us your valuable time and association this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Without further ado, I'd like to request you to please take over from here. Hare Krishna.
I think he lost connection. I'm not able to see him.
I don't see him either, Mataji. I'm not sure if Prabhuji knows that he isn't in this meeting anymore. If anyone can reach out to him.
Yes, Mataji, I'm trying.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Mataji.
Krishna Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna Mataji, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Sanatan, Dharma, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam, all
Hare
glories
Krishna.
to
Dhanvat.
Srila Prabhupada. Sorry, we lost the connection in between. But yeah, thank you very much for giving your valuable time in association this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Without further ado, I'd like to request you to please take over from here. Hare Krishna.
Oh, thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Requesting all devotees to please read the chat put up by His Grace Balbhadra Kripa Prabhu. If you understand that, please turn on your videos. If you don't, in any case, please turn on your videos. Okay. Hare Krishna. So let's start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhobhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I request devotees to kindly let me know if my voice is clear, I'm audible, some kind of indication, because you all seem to be frozen for me. You paused.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we're discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, chapter 1, shloka number 33. I will read this shloka. Matrisvashreyo vaschaidio dantavakrascha pandava parshada pravarau vishnur viprashapad padachyutau. Yeah. Can someone read the translation for me?
Narada Muni continued, O best of the Pandavas, your two cousins Shishupal and Dantavakra, the sons of your maternal aunt, were formerly associated with associates of Lord Vishnu. But because they were cursed by Brahmanas, they fell from Vaikuntha to this material world.
Papat?
Anybody else want to read?
Yeah, someone else can read.
Shishupal and Dantavakra were not ordinary demons, but were formerly personal associates of Lord Vishnu. They apparently fell to this material world, but actually they came to assist the Supreme Personality of Godhead by nourishing his pastimes within this world.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Small purport means huge preparation for the speaker. The speaker has to prepare the lecture nicely when the purport is small. So Lord's devotees, when they come from the spiritual world to this material world in order to deliver the fallen souls, they exhibit qualities of great devotees, best devotees. There is no devotee like them. So similarly, when Lord's associates, they come down
as demons, to play the role of demons, to serve the Lord as is spoken, they become the best of demons also. Yes, there is no better demon than them. So that's why Prahlad Maharaj, what does he say? Tat sadhu manye asura varya dehinam sada samudvigna dhyam asadgrahat hitvatma patam grihamandakupam param gatoya dharimashriyet. So Prahlad Maharaj, who is the best of the devotees, addresses his father as the best of the demons. Yes. So you cannot even be a good demon without actually being a devotee of Lord in Vaikuntha. Right? So even the best demon, how to be a best demon, that is also possible only by the devotees in Vaikuntha. All right. I was reading a very interesting lecture of Srila Prabhupada. Reading in the sense, hearing and reading.
Haribol Prabhu, is this only me or everybody?
His connection is weak, Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
May 3rd, 1970. I know it's not a very palatable topic for devotees, but what to do? This is my service. The
Prabhu, we
service is I
lost you.
need to simply elaborate on Srila Prabhupada.
We lost you for a second, Prabhu, when you were saying you were reading lecture of Srila Prabhupada. After that, we lost you for a second.
Can I get 1 minute? I think I
Sure,
need to
Prabhuji, sure.
change the
Take your time,
connection.
Prabhu. No problem. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Give me
Hare.
1 minute.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Dear devotees, is it better now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare
Good.
Krishna.
Very good.
Yes,
Very good.
very good. Very good. Okay. I hope that now I'm able to see all of you moving. Previously, you were all stationary. I don't know what happened here, but this is what is modern technology. It keeps going up and down. But now at least I'm able to see all of you moving, and I'm able to see some devotees have purposefully not turned on the videos, which is not fair. So please turn on the videos. Okay, what is the last thing I spoke, Balbhadra Kripa Prabhu?
Actually, you were saying you were reading a lecture of Srila Prabhupada, and then we lost you after that.
Thank you. Okay, all right. So I was hearing and reading a lecture of Srila Prabhupada. I do that simultaneously to be more attentive. So this Prabhupada was giving a lecture on the first mantra of Sri Ishopanishad, May 3rd, 1970, Los Angeles. So there Prabhupada was mentioning that there's always going to be atheistic class of people. Yes, today we are going to discuss about atheists or demons. Yes, demoniac class. So I remembered this quote. So there will always be atheistic class of people and they will be envious of devotees. That is a law of nature. Yeah. And there he gives example of how Hiranyakasipu became envious of his own little 5-year-old son. What was his fault? He was a devotee. That's all. Innocent boy. Simply he was attracted to chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Prabhupada said. And the father himself became a staunch enemy. Kill this boy. So if father can become enemy, what to speak of others? So Prabhupada is saying that demon, yes, there will be this class. Dvaimo sarga lokesmin deva asura eva cha Vishnu bhakta smrito deva asurastad vipariyat. These two categories of people will always exist. So as soon as you become a devotee, you should accept that the world becomes your enemy because the world is of demoniac population. Prabhupada says that. You will definitely have enemies. You cannot be without enemies. But you have to deal with them. Yes, you are appointed servants of God. So your mission is to deal with them, and not only just deal with them indifferently, but we have to even enlighten them. Hare Krishna. We have to enlighten them. So that's how we have to deal with demons. We are going to discuss about demons. So I just remembered a quote that Prabhupada gave about demons. The demons are going to be there. We cannot avoid them. We have to deal with them. And how do we deal with them? Just the way Mahaprabhu expected, by being compassionate. That's how we deal with demons. Yes, so sometimes we have to cheat. Sometimes we have to get injured. Prabhupada goes on. Sometimes so many things. But somehow or the other, device means to make people Krishna conscious. That's our mission. What is our mission? Our mission is to convert rascal to Krishna consciousness. This is the way. That's how Prabhupada ends the lecture. Rascals should be converted to Krishna consciousness. Hari, Hari. So speaking about demons, how this chapter starts. This particular chapter starts in a very beautiful manner. This chapter states that Yudhishthira Maharaj was inquiring about whether he was a little doubtful about Lord's partial nature. Because repeatedly, time and again, Yudhishthira Maharaj was observing, oh, Krishna is siding by the demigods and he is, being partial to them and he is not favoring the demons. So he was a little bit confused. And of course, this confusion is for the conditioned souls like all of us. Is Lord really partial? At the same time, there was a great astonishment. Yudhishthira Maharaj could see that there was a light that came out from the body of Shishupal and entered into the body of Krishna. So this was the beginning of this chapter. So this particular chapter is a conversation between Yudhishthira Maharaj and Narad Muni in the Rajsuya Yajna of Yudhishthira Maharaj. So in that particular context, this chapter is set. 7.1. Because Parikshit Maharaj had a question about the partial and impartial nature of Krishna. What is he, partial, impartial? Well, we'll begin with the same doubt your great grand uncle had. Your grand uncle, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he had this doubt. Please listen. And then Narad Muni starts enlightening Yudhishthira Maharaj. And we are on shloka number 33, which speaks about the history of Shishupala and Dandavakra. Yes, Dantavakra's history. Okay, so we all know the history that how Jai and Vijay were the two gatekeepers of Vaikuntha who were cursed by the four Kumaras. And the four Kumaras, then afterwards, it became a very heated up issue. Lord Narayana himself came to the gate along with Lakshmi and all his entourage. All of them had come. Correct? And they were given an option. Whether you want to be in this material world, because now the curse has to act. So you have two options, 7 births as devotees or 3 births as demons. And what would we choose? Please be honest. If we were given a choice, 7 births as devotees or 3 births as demons, what will be our choice?
7 births as a devotees.
Yeah, we will join ISKCON, all 7 births, and we will serve in Prabhupada's mission. We will distribute books. We will attend Bhakti Sanga Japa classes. We will give Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, we will read together. We will chant Hare Krishna, but we will never become demons. Yes or no? Yes, that will be our choice. 7 births as devotees. But they chose 3 births as demons for 2 reasons. Because for Jai Vijay, they could not tolerate the thought of even slightest separation from the Lord. They couldn't tolerate. So they just analyzed the mathematics. 3, 7. 7 is equal to 3 into 2 plus 1. Mathematics. It is more than double of 3. We cannot tolerate that. So 3 is better than 7. Yes, the law of mathematics. 3 is better than 7. So we want to go for 3. Yes, 3. No 7. 3. So that's how they go for the 3 births. We need to understand one science very clearly. Just as the Supreme Lord, he descends. He incarnates from Vaikuntha as different Guna Avataras, Nila Avataras, Yuga Avataras, Shaktavesh Avataras, Manvantra Avataras, Purusha Avataras. Similarly, Jai and Vijay do not fall down. It is wrong to say that Jai and Vijay fell from Vaikuntha. Wrong. Jai and Vijay also incarnated. Yes, they also had incarnation. Just as Lord incarnates, these two spiritual personalities also incarnated. And another reason, one mathematical reason was 3 is lesser than 7. The second reason was they understood the inner heart of Lord. That's a Vaishnava. Uttamas chintitam kuryat proktakari tu madhyama. Adama ashraddhaya kuryat akartot chiratam pichu. So this particular sloka of the ninth canto mentions Uttamas chintitam kuryat. A first class servant is one who understands the mind of his master and serves accordingly. Proktakari tu madhyama. On the other hand, the second class person is one who does what is told. The third class is a person is one who does what is told, but he does so in a grudging manner. And the fourth class fellow doesn't obey the master and is considered to be the stool of his father. So these are the 4 kinds of servants which are mentioned in the Bhagavatam. So these great souls, Jai and Vijay, they could understand because they've been serving for such a prolonged time. They understood the mind of Lord, that Lord wants to experience Viryaras. Yes, they want to experience Viryaras. And they wanted to offer that particular service of Viryaras to the Lord because that is one thing that Lord doesn't get in Vaikuntha. Yeah, there is no Viryaras in Vaikuntha properly, in true sense. How many of us like thrill, adventure, sport, action, stunts? You all like? Be honest, huh? Be honest. I'm not asking to do, but to watch, to discuss. Yeah, we all do, right? And that's the same thing. That's the reason why people go for movies. They can watch all that. So these all tendencies are there in all of us because these tendencies exist in Krishna. And because we are all part and parcels of Krishna, these tendencies in minute nature are there in all of us also. Correct? So Krishna has all these tendencies. So he also wants to sport, he wants some action, he wants some fight, he wants some stunt. So Krishna tells one of the associates, hey, you, come here. Come on, fight with me. And the Vaikuntha resident, he says, Lord, me? Fight with you? Yes, come on, fight. And this Vaikuntha resident takes one flower of lotus, throws on the Lord. Says, fight is done, my Lord. Please give me your blessings. I'll proceed ahead. And Lord is like, no, I missed that. So he's deprived of that rasa. So that rasa is possible only in the material world. He wants somebody to put up a fight, but come on, none of us are qualified to fight with the Lord. Who are we? Tiny, insignificant jivas. Nothing. So that is why Lord needs somebody who can, give a tough fight. Pick someone of your own size. They say that, right? Pick someone of your own size. So Lord also wants to pick someone of his own size. And that is when he chooses Jai and Vijay. The 2 of them are handpicked personally by the Lord. That you both please go, descend to this material realm and give me the pleasure, serve me and give me the pleasure of Viryaras. Yes, the humor of valor. I want that ras. This is one of the secondary rasas that Krishna experiences. Right? And one more thing we need to understand, that to the degree Jiva has come immediately from the spiritual world to material world, he has huge power and influence. And gradually that power and influence reduces. And that's why beginning, when the Jiva comes from spiritual world, he is given the position of Brahma. And gradually it diminishes because of his constant with the association with the material nature. So these personalities, because they descend from the spiritual world, they are not falling down, their power and influence remains intact. That's what happens. So all right. So who are the 6 incarnations of Jai and Vijay? Who can give me the names in the order? You can all type, please. Please type the names. It's an activity for all of you. Okay, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakasipu, Ravana, Kumbhakaran, and last but not the least, okay, Shishupal and Dantavakra. Dantavakra. All right. So today's subject matter is Shishupal and Dantavakra. But before that, we want to see What do these demons represent? Because each demon represents one particular anartha. It represents one particular anartha. So Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, first you mentioned Hiranyaksha is the first one to get slain. He represents the anartha of greed. Because Hiranyaksha stole gold from the whole of the earth and deprived the earth of all the gold. And thus the earth lost balance and fell into the plutonic regions. Prabhupada mentions this. So that is Hiranyaksha, the greed, tendency of greed, the anartha of greed. Then there is Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu represents the pride. Yes, great pride. He was very proud of his position that he had conquered over the 3 planetary systems. It's a side question, Prabhu, then who is Kamsa? Kamsa is Kalanemi. If you read the Krishna book or Srimad Bhagavatam, it is Narad Muni who tells Kamsa that you were Kalanemi in previous life. And Kalanemi comes in, if you read the description of the 8th canto of Bhagavatam, Kalanemi comes there and Vishnu had killed him. So Kamsa is Kalanemi. Okay. Coming back. Kalanemi also is big demon, but not as great as these personalities. So Hiranyakashipu represents the pride that he had. The third one is Kumbhakaran, who refers to illusion. Kumbhakaran is illusion. Why? Because always sleeping. Correct? He just asked the benediction from Mother Saraswati that, oh Mother, I want to sleep. Now he asked from Brahma. And when Brahma was giving the benediction, Mother Saraswati sat on his tongue and said, I want to sleep. And Brahmaji said, Tathastu. And all the demigods started cheering. Yay! Even without any benediction, he was so powerful that he could eat everybody without sauce or chutney. He'll just take them and eat them. Crush them up. And that's the reason why they didn't want him to grow more powerful. So Kumbhakaran represents illusion, always sleeping. Sleep means illusion. Prabhupada, because the literal word of illusion is Maya, right? So how to understand one is Maya? One is sleeping too much in Maya. Prabhupada's simple definition of how to understand one is in Maya. You're sleeping too much, you're in Maya. Then Ravana, who symbolizes lust. An adamant desire to do that which is prohibited is called as lust. And Ravana abducted the Jagan Mata, Mother Sita, the wife of the Supreme Lord Ramachandra, and had a desire to enjoy with her. Yes, supreme lust. And then come down to today's villains, the 2 demons we have. Yes, one is Shishupal, the second one is Dantavakra. Yes, Dantavakra. These 2 are very special. Because these 2, Shishupal and Dantavakra, did not become demons. No. They never took birth in demoniac family or Rakshasa family. These 2 of them, in their last birth, Jai Vijay, they took birth in very exalted Kshatriya families. Yeah, very gentlemen. Kshatriyas are called as Dvija. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, they are upper caste. They are called Dvija. So in such a very highly elevated family, they took birth and they were directly related to Krishna. They were relatives of Krishna. So here in this sloka, if you see, the mention is of Matra Swasriya, the son of the mother's sister. Got it? So for Krishna, it will become the son of father's sister. So Vasudeva, I'll give a description of both of them, the family. As of now, you can understand they were cousins of Krishna. Yes, cousins. They were the first cousins, not second cousins or distant cousins or very distant relative. No, the first cousins of Krishna. They became, and in every sense, from the Varanashrama sense, from social status, society, etc., they were on equal footing with the Lord. That was the position that they took birth in the Dwapar Yuga. Yes, so what did Krishna do? Yes, Krishna understood that last few traces of sinful reactions are remaining in these 2. Although in previous births I killed all of them. Yes, I killed both of them nicely, 4 times done. But still some traces of sinful reactions are left in them because of the curse of the 4 Kumaras. So that I am going to destroy. So one he destroys with his disc, another he destroys with his Kaumodiki club. One with Sudarshan, one with Kaumodiki. Both of them are destroyed. And we are going to dwell on this subject matter. So which one would you like to take first? Dantavakra or Shishupal? And no favorite option, Prabhuji. Not that they're great souls. Which katha you like to hear, Ramayana or Mahabharata? Both are demons. So everybody wants Dantavakra somehow because we often hear less. We hear of Shishupal, but we don't hear much of Dantavakra. So Prabhuji, if you can say something about Dantavakra. This word Dantavakra is also very special. Danta means teeth and Vakra means twisted or bent teeth. So the personality who has bent tooth is called as Danta Vakra. Yes, Danta Vakra. That's the meaning of his name. He was the son of Vridhashaman and Shruta Devi. So Shruta Devi is a sister of Vasudeva and Kunti. Vasudeva and Kunti's sister is Shruta Devi. He is their son, Vridhashaman and Shruta Devi. See, we say Krishna's Janma is Divyam. On the other hand, these demons, Mrityu is Divyam. Why? Because Krishna kills them. So Krishna's Janma is Divyam. These demons, Mrityu becomes Divyam. Because Krishna kills them in such a very amazing way. So what had happened was, Dantavakra heard the news that his friend Shalva was killed by Krishna. So as soon as he heard that, Shalva is killed by Krishna, I am going to kill that rascal. So he takes his club in his hand and he comes to face Krishna. And as soon as he comes with full force and first starts uttering insults. This is how Kshatriyas fight. First, between Kshatriyas, there is battle of words. So one says something, today I am going to send you to the abode of Yamraj. Oh, who has come before me? Who is eager to go to the abode of Yamraj? I think you are more eager, so don't worry, I will send you fast because you're remembering him so much. Oh, will you just stand there and only speak with words? True heroes don't speak with words, they speak with their weapons. Come on! And he says, you come on! Yeah! And then both of them start fighting with each other. They first abuse one another. The abuse also which is made in such a way that the other person is inspired to you. It will bring out your best. Yes. Normally in these games we see people do sledging. So sledging is done to disappoint, to disturb, to actually change, distract the focus of the player. That's why people do sledging. But these words that Kshatriyas speak to each other, it is done to incite anger in that person so that you can do your best. I want to see your best. And there are so many musicians who are called and they are asked to play music so that we are also inspired to fight in a very valiant fashion. So it's a very colorful event, fighting. And so first thing that he does is he takes his club and hits the head of Krishna. And Krishna stands there still without a slightest movement. He just stands there smiling. That's the most discouraging thing for any demon. Nothing happened to him. Absolutely nothing. And then Krishna takes his club, which is Kaumodiki Gada, and he hits his chest. And his heart is shattered. It pierces his heart. He gets heart attack. And Dantavakra is delivered. He had another brother. His name was Vidurat. So he also becomes very, very disturbed. And he comes and starts abusing Krishna. Krishna takes Sudarshan Chakra and finishes Vidurat. So thus Dantavakra is killed by Krishna's Gada, the mace, Kaumodiki mace. That's how he dies. He's delivered. Next, coming to Shishupal. Shishupal is the son of Damagosha and Shrutashubha. So Shrutashubha is the sister of Kunti, Vasudev and Shrutadevi. So Damagosh, Shrutashubha. So Shishupal and Dantavakra are also cousins. So Shishupal, Dantavakra, Yudhishthir Maharaj Pandavas and Krishna, Balram, all of them are cousins. That's the relationship. They're all cousins. Right? So Shishupal, when he was born, he's the younger cousin of Krishna. He was born with extra eyes and extra hands. And his mother was worried. Mothers, please, you all can imagine. No, don't imagine, please. What would happen to a mother's heart if she sees a son is born with extra hands? Krishna was also born with extra hands. But that was beautiful hands. This is extra hands, not good. Extra eyes, very dangerous. How would a mother feel? Right? Extra eyes, extra hands. And then she asked for the sage what to do. The sage said that actually the person who's going to kill your son, when he comes and appears in front of your son, he takes him on his lap or he comes near, then the extra eyes and hands would shed off. It'll go away. Oh, is it so? Okay, all right. Let me see. Who's that? And then a newborn baby is born, and then all relatives come together. Yes, just like it happens in normal homes. So they all come together with a lot of gifts and greetings and blessings. All sages, there's a huge ceremony organized. So Krishna came to see his younger cousin, right? And as soon as Krishna took Shishupal in his lap, his extra hands and eyes shed off. Then Shruta Shubha, the mother of Shishupal, who's the aunt of Krishna, got to know that Krishna is the one who's going to slay my son. And thus she pleads Krishna that please do not kill my son. Then Krishna gives Shishupal's mother an assurance that till the time he doesn't commit 100 offenses in a row. 100 offenses in a row. So till that time, I will not do anything to him. I'll not kill him. But the moment he commits 100 offenses in a straight row, yes, streak, then I will kill him. And Shishupal, right from his birth, it is said even when he would speak broken language, he would blaspheme, abuse, criticize Krishna. So that's how his Krishna Katha would be. Abusive and blasphemy. That was his Katha that he would do. And then Shishupal was such a rascal that he would come in front of Krishna, keep a count, and abuse Krishna 99 times and then run away. Insult him 99 times and run away because he knew that 100th time and I'm finished. So he would run. But when Krishna received the Agra Puja, the highest honor in the Rajsu Yajna, that time Shishupal could not contain his envy. He couldn't contain his envy. He couldn't take it. And he became so wild that he lost the track of count. And Krishna is so merciful. He's so merciful. He started keeping the count for Shishupal. Shishupal, I think, my dear brother, you're not keeping the count. So let me tell you, this is 96. Please stop. 97. Hey, what 97? You're a rascal. 98. So Krishna said, wait, 98. And this is 99. Shishupal, please, then I have to kill you. I said, get lost. You are nothing but a coward, Krishna. And then Krishna says, sorry, 100 is done. Shishupal. So he takes his Sudarshan Chakra and chops off the head of Shishupal. So one fellow delivered with Kaumudiki club, the other delivered with Sudarshan. These are the two weapons that Krishna uses for demons. Krishna has Shanka, Chakra, Gada, Padma. The Padma and the Shanka is for devotees, right? And the Gada and Chakra is for demons. So one demon he has killed with one weapon. Two important demons of Krishna Leela. Correct? So now Narad Muni explained the reason very clearly that Shishupal and Dantavakra actually both of them enter into Krishna's body. Yes, it may appear something like Sayujya. Oh, they have become one with the Lord, but it's not so. It is not Sayujya. Shishupal, once he goes through the body of Lord, he enters into Vaikunta and resumes his service as Lord's eternal associate. And this thing happened in front of everyone. Shishupal's soul entering. But what happened after that? You want to know, then you need Guru. So Narad Muni explains to Yudhishthira Maharaj that after this what happens is the soul of Shishupal after entering into Krishna's body, and Krishna's body is Vaikunta, right? Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vimam. So he enters into Vaikunta and resumes his Nitya Seva, Nitya Leela to the Lord. So here there are different names we need to understand of Krishna. One concept which is explained by Jiva Goswami in the commentary of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu first sloka. So he says that number one, Krishna is called as Hatha Ari Gati Daika. That means even when he kills you, Hatha means to kill. I will put it on the board. It'll be easy for us to analyze. Where is the whiteboard? Okay. Hatha Ari Gati Daika. Hatha means kill. Ari is the so-called enemy. Lord has no enemies, but still, everyone, Aham Bija Pratap Pita, he is the father of every living entity, but still here, the enemy. Gati is the spiritual destination. And Daika, one who awards. See? So anyone who dies of Krishna's hands, what happens to that person? That's the auspicious nature of Krishna. That is why Krishna is also called as Vidhu, Vishesha Rupena Dhunoti. This is made of two verbs, Vishesha and Dhunoti. Vishesha means very specially, and Dhunoti means cleanses. That's what happens, right? Prabhupada mentions that there was some amount of sinful reaction left in Shishupal and Dantavakra, and that was cleansed by the Lord. So this is the process of cleansing. Krishna cleanses the heart of his devotees who hear his katha differently. Shinvatam swakatha Krishna punya shravana kirtana hridayantasto hiya bhadrani vidhunoti suhrit satam. That's a very pleasing cleansing. On the other hand, when the dirt is too much, then this is the way Krishna cleanses, very specially. Vishesh Rupena Dhanoti, by killing them. Another mean name of Krishna is Mukunda. Mukunda is one who provides liberation. There is no other, Diva Goswami explains, there is no other incarnation. Narayana, Rama, nobody else can avoid liberation except Krishna. Only Krishna can avoid liberation, nobody else. So that power of attorney to avoid liberation is only with Krishna, not with any other avatara, prakasha, vaibhava, vilasa, no, only Krishna, right? And that is why Jai Vijay had to come back again. They had to take more births because they could not be delivered. It's only Krishna who can deliver. And finally, Krishna comes and delivers Jaya and Vijaya. That we understand. It's only Krishna who can. None of his plenary portion or any other incarnation can do that. In fact, not only Krishna. Krishna's presence, he need not even kill, even his presence can deliver so many. There's a shloka that comes, Tathaiva chanye naraloka vira yad ahave Krishna mukhara vindam netre pibanto nayanabhiramam parthastra puta padamapurasya. So Krishna was present on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, right? And it was Arjuna's arrows which are going in all directions, killing the enemies. And the people were leaving their bodies in presence of Krishna. So there were three kinds of people. Yes. The first category of people, is the ones who were envious of Krishna. The second category of people are those who were neutral towards Krishna. And the third category of people are those who were favorably disposed to Krishna. So these are the three kinds of people who were there on the battle of Kurukshetra. Types of soldiers in the battle of Kurukshetra. Yeah. So those who were envious of Krishna, what happened to them? Those who were envious of Krishna went to Brahman. Yeah. Those who were neutral to Krishna, right? They got Vaikuntha. And those who were favorably disposed and saw Krishna with loving eyes, they went to Goloka. It is mentioned in the Shastras. So this is, Krishna did not have to do anything. He was just present. Simply the presence of Krishna. They left their bodies in presence of Krishna. That was the only qualification that they had. Leaving the body in presence of the Lord. And this was the definition. Hatha Ari. He didn't have to do Hatha also. They were not even Aris. But still Gati Daika. He gave them spiritual destinations. Isn't it amazing? Right? So this is the story of Dantavakra, Shishupal. And we could see the past. And because the purport was pretty small, I just elaborated on the purport. And if anybody has any questions, we can have question answers. What did Shishupal and Dantavakra represent in the six vices? Yes, Shishupal represents envy. Because he was envious of Krishna, always abusing and criticizing. So he represents envy. And Dantavakra represents anger. He came with Krishna charging with anger and he struck Krishna's head, right? So he represents anger. Okay. Yes.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Beautiful, beautiful class. So rightly you said the small purport and lots of work for you, but it was a good work done, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you. Prabhuji, our dear Kaushik, Prabhuji is there. Hare Krishna, Kaushik Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. You can unmute yourself, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dharma Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji, for giving very wonderful class. Prabhuji, Prabhupada says in one purport, when we water the root of the tree, all the twigs and leaves are satisfied. So when we serve Krishna, everyone is satisfied. But Prabhupada also says that those roots and branches which are disconnected, they may not be satisfied by our watering. Means, so what I understand is people like Shishupal and Dantavakra, who are disconnected from the Lord, they may not be satisfied by devotees chanting and dancing and sadhana. So how these people who are demoniac, like in current situation, politicians and so many scientists who are not Krishna conscious, they are not happy with our devotion service, for instance. So how we can satisfy such people? Hare Krishna.
Okay. So Prabhu's question is that when you water the roots, then all the parts and parcels of the tree are nourished. But those who are separated from the tree, they don't get the nourishment. He gave some examples of certain classes of people who do not get the nourishment. So how do they get the nourishment? Of course, our goal as devotees is to act as Madhyama Adhikari and to do Prema Maitri, Prema towards the Lord, Maitri towards devotees, Kripa towards those who are non-envious but got separated. Then we can try to connect. But Madhyama Adhikari cannot actually deal with the envious. Envious is Upeksha. Leave them alone. But leave them alone for whom? Leave them alone for Uttam Adhikaris. On the other hand, an Uttam Adhikari is one who can simply by three ways. Yes, it is called as Alokana, Harda, and Ashirvada. He is able to just glance on them, desire in heart, or even bless them by speaking. Oh, may Krishna Matirastu. He just speaks Krishna Matirastu. He is going to get the mercy of Krishna. He can even think in the heart that may you become a devotee of Lord. And just by praying in the heart, Lord can make him devotee. That's the power of Uttam Bhagavatam. And then he can also glance upon them. Like, you know, who is the first person Prabhupada met in the West? Prabhupada, it was not, Captain Pandya, of course, was there in the ship. The first person Prabhupada met in the West was the Coast Guard. And what did he do? He was waving to Prabhupada like this. And Prabhupada waved back like this to the Coast Guard. And this hand of Prabhupada gave the blessings to the Coast Guard. And the Coast Guard within 2 years met devotees. Third year joined ISKCON. Fourth year became sannyasi in ISKCON. Hare Krishna. That is the power of Srila Prabhupada's glance. So similarly, an Uttam Bhagavat of Lord is the one who can actually connect all of them and make them pure devotees. That is why we have to ensure that it's as far as possible, many devotees, they grow in the bhakti and they attain this status. But who is an Uttam Bhagavat? Prabhupada gives different definitions at all points of time. Who is an Uttam Bhakta? But he is a Uttam Bhakta who is Bhagavati Chatmani Chatmanam. He is able to see Krishna in everybody. That's a real purity. Purity means what? Purity is the force. Purity is to see purity in others. So although the person is envious, although the person is very antagonistic, but still the pure devotee is able to see the purity in them, Uttam Bhagavat. And that is why he is able to convert them also into Vaishnavas. So that is the work of Uttam Bhagavat. So for that one has to become Uttam Bhagavat. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhu, sometime, can I ask a question, Prabhu, just to follow up?
Please.
Sometime, you know, we have to see Krishna in everyone because Krishna is in everyone, and that's so true, even in an ant or, you know, a fly going around. What to speak about, you know, people of the world. So when we say that, and many times we see, let's say some other religion who are also eating beef or you know, doing something that we don't usually in ISKCON. It's because it's against our principles, especially for regulative principles. we still have compassion for them because we know they are not on the right path. We still bad inside because we know this will become a reaction, killing of something and eating. So how to create this real compassion for those people, Prabhu? How to hug them, how to, how to be with them like we are with ISKCON devotees, right? It's such a beautiful relation with ISKCON devotees. We bow down to them. We know they are our real friends. We know they are going to make us more Krishna consciousness. So how to see this in a Muslim who is a maybe very nice person, but still we know he's eating beef and meat and every kind of things. So how to see this, Prabhuji? Please enlighten. Sorry, Prabhu, if it's
No. The Bible says they hate the sin, not the sinner. Right? Hate the sin, not the sinner. And this can be practiced only when we practice the platform of Samadarshi, a person with equal vision. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Brahmane Gavi Hastini, Shuni Cheva Swapakecha, Pandita Samadarshina. What is Swapaka? Dog eater. And when that will happen, when one deeply understands that the soul is beyond all these false coverings, soul is beyond all these materialistic activities. The soul is a pure part and parcel of Krishna. So this kind of realization, when it dawns in the heart, then one can actually and truly love everybody as a part and parcel of Krishna in compassion. How does that come? Well, you have to it comes by practice. 13.8 to 12. Amanitvam, madam vitvam, ahimsa, shanti marjavam, acharyupana saram saucham, stairyam atma vinigraha, indriyarteshu vairagyam, ahankar mevacha, janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha doshanu darshanam, asaktis anabhishvingaha, putradara grihadishu, nityam cha samachittatvam, ishtanishtopapatishu, maicha ananya yogena bhaktiravya vicharini, विविक्त देश सेवित्वम अरतिर जन संसदि अध्यात्म ज्ञान नित्यत्वम तत्व ज्ञानार्थम अत्वरम एतत् ज्ञानमिति प्रोक्तम अज्ञानात् अथोन्यथा. So there are 20 items of knowledge mentioned by Krishna through which you can realize the soul in everybody. Out of these 20 items, the most important item is bhakti. Maicha ananya yogena bhaktir avyabhicharini. So when we have done this ananya bhakti, yes, this ananya bhakti when we do, then the quality of Ananya Bhakti is we will be able to realize the platform of soul. And when we are seeing everybody as a pure spirit soul, beyond the material coverings, as a part and parcel of Krishna, then what platform you are aspiring for is naturally possible, not artificially. Is that okay?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you.
I would like to take some questions from chat. They're interesting ones.
Please, Prabhuji. Yes.
Okay. We understand that attaining Goloka is not easy. One requires sadhana following in the footsteps of residents of Vrindavan. How did some fighters attain Golok in that case? Okay. So we should understand that how prema is achieved. If you read the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, the NOD, there is Vaidhi sadhana to prem, there is Raganuga sadhana to prem. Yes, this is through process. Then there is getting a blessing of Guru and pure devotees to prem, and there is a process called Krishna to prem. Krishna can give anybody prema and elevate them to Goloka. It's possible. Krishna has that ability. So he has done that. Krishna gave prema to everybody and sent them to Goloka, who were favorably disposed to. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, when Jai and Vijay incarnate, then what mode we have to see them? Demons are associates of Lord. Yes. Of course, we need to understand very deeply that they are the devotees of Lord. But at the same time, when we see the Leela, from Leela point of view, we should see them as tendencies in all of us. Yes? So they are our tendencies which are lingering in our hearts. That's how we should see them. Oh, I have Hiranyakasipu tendency. So whenever we study a negative character in Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavatam, we should see what kind of nature do I also reflect sometimes. Even after chanting Hare Krishna for this many years. Somebody is separating. No, these are my counselees. They are not my counselees. What mentality is this? Dhritarashtra mentality. Separatist. My guru's disciples, another guru's disciples. Again, separatist mentality. Yes. Oh, this devotee, now again, next mentality. One more example I'll show you. Oh, whom all Prabhuji, whom should we take in our preaching team? Well, let us take this devotee. This first person is very good at giving lecture. This fellow is very good at doing kirtan. This person very good at management. This fellow is very good at cooking. My team is complete. But Prabhu, what about those? Oh, those devotees, they just simply chant Hare Krishna. They're deep in bhajan, but not very talented. We don't need them. This is Duryodhana's mentality. When he was analyzing the army of Pandavas and Kauravas, he was analyzing from purely materialistic point of view, not even considering the very presence of Krishna. So this is Duryodhana mentality creeping in all of us, right? So like this, whenever we see the demons, we should see what kind of demoniac mentality they're exhibiting and how this mentality can exist even as us. Being envious of some devotee making progress in bhakti. Who is that? Hiranyakasipu mentality. Yeah, so like this mentalities is something that we need to see. They're actually coming to teach us lessons of what mentalities can exist in our heart, and we should uproot them. Now, how to uproot, that is the next question. Prabhu, how these anarthas like anger, lust, greed in all of us will be killed by the Lord? I'll just show you one section of Bhagavatam. You can all take it as homework and read. 7, 15, 22. Yes. So this particular verse describes the ways to destroy the anarthas. I'll just read the translations. Making plans with determination, one should give up the fleshly desires for sense gratification. Similarly, by giving up envy, one should conquer anger. By discussing the disadvantages of accumulating wealth, one should give up greed. And by discussing the truth, one should give up fear. By discussing spiritual knowledge, one can conquer lamentation and illusion. By serving a great devotee, one can become prideless. By keeping silent, one can avoid obstacles on the path of mystic yoga. And simply by stopping sense gratification, one can conquer envy. What is the one-stroke solution for everything? Radhastamascha satvera sattvam cho upashamena cha etat sarvam guru bhaktya purusho hi anjasa jayet. All these anarthas you can easily conquer. I'll tell you in one line. Is by Guru Bhakti. Simply by executing the orders of the spiritual master and being devoted to the spiritual master. So this is a solution. If you exhibit Guru Bhakti, which means being strongly, Avyavasayatmika buddhi ekena kurunandana. When Krishna sees in our heart there's this Guru Bhakti, he's strongly adhering to spiritual master, just wanting to please the spiritual master. Then Krishna will kill all these anarthas. Is it okay? I think we have taken the questions.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you for the homework. I was going to ask you if you can give us some homework. Otherwise, I become complacent. Not everybody. Everybody is good devotee here.
Please read purport.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, next time when you will come, can I ask? I have a request, Prabhu. If you can
Yes,
talk on, when we put 12 tilaks on our body parts.
Yes.
So if you can please detail the, like what is every name signifies. What is significant of every single name of.
Pakka. Remind me in the beginning of the class. I'll take that in the end.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. You're very merciful.
Pakka.
Okay, dear devotees, Prabhuji, our Sudhakar Prabhu has a question too.
Yeah, please go ahead, Sudhakar.
Sudhakar Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Just a small clarification. You said that the type of the soldiers in the battle, the Kurukshetra, there are 3 types of people, right, who reach the Brahman or Vaikuntha and Goloka. Okay. So that is those 3 categories are attaining those 3 abodes because the Lord they are in direct contact with the Lord, right? They are seeing the Lord, or they are on the side of the Lord, or they are other opposite side of the Lord. That's what I understand. What about
Netre, correct. Netre pibanto nayana viramam. They're drinking the beauty of Lord.
Yes,
True. They're having darshan of Lord.
Yeah. What my doubt is for the people in like you see today, the people who die due to the natural disasters like earthquake or something like volcano or whatever you call the war, which is not responsible by the common man. Like we see now the war going on between Israel and Palestine or anywhere Ukraine. There are so many devotees and some of the common people die. So what is the fate of those kind of people, or what kind of category is for them?
8.6. That's a normal law. Yam yam vapis maranam bhavam tyajate ante kalevaram. Very true. Whatever state of remembrance they have at the time of death, they attain that result. This is a normalcy. And Krishna says you have to do your sadhana lifelong. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yuddhacha. To the degree one has practiced the remembrance of Krishna by chanting the holy name, to that degree Krishna will be remembered at the point of death. So what have we practiced remembering throughout our life? That is the question we need to ask. Right? So if the devotees have practiced remembering Krishna consciously, seriously, sincerely, without ulterior motives, then Krishna will give them the remembrance. See, remembrance of Krishna is not achieved, it's awarded, it's gifted. That's the entire 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that's the conclusion. The conclusion of the 8th chapter is the remembrance is a gift that the Lord awards the sincere living entities who are ananya cheta satatam yomam smarati. They are thinking of Lord in some way or the other. And the best way to remember Krishna is by chanting. So whenever I just would like to give an example of a devotee who was very sincerely serving, who was not initiated, very sincerely serving in the local temple, and always kind to all Vaishnavas, and wanting to do some service despite his old age. One day he was just, he went to drop his grandson to the school. While coming back, he just collapsed and left his body. He was not even initiated. So the local devotees felt so bad. They called up the spiritual master and informed him of what happened. And my spiritual master just asked one question. Did he complete his 16 rounds? Nothing else. And the devotee said, Maharaj, he has a habit of waking up very early in the morning, and first thing he does his rounds, and then he reads Prabhupada books, and then comes to temple. He's very, very sincere, Maharaj. He's definitely done it. And then only he's gone out. Maharaj said, rest assured, don't worry. Krishna has taken him. Okay?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. There are so many devotees now with the hand raised. Our very dear Vrinda Gopika Mataji is there. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Sudhakar Prabhuji. Beautiful question that was actually.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Gopinath Ki Jai. Here from Radhanath Maharaj that Balramji is digging all the anartha from our heart, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Matsya. Pray for all of us that by the mercy of Bhakti Tulsani, we enter in Shridham Vrindavan Dham and all anartha are removed by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, you are singing Shishi Vaishnav song so nicely. If there is no question, can you please sing Vaishnav song? Hari Bol,
I
Hare
would
Krishna,
love to sing Vaishnav song,
Pranam to you.
Mataji, but
Sincere.
my nose is blocked, my throat is sore. So
Prabhuji, Radharani and Srila Prabhupada is singing our bhav only, no?
Yes, bhav, but it's training. A little bit of strain. I have to give many more lectures. Singing strains. I'll not be able to do my service.
Please forgive me.
No problem. But I'll fulfill your desire along with our Balbhadra Kripa Prabhu's desire in next class. Akka. You can also mention to me which Vaishnava bhajan you want. I will sing that for the pleasure of you and all Vaishnavas in the next class with harmonium. Okay, not today. It is trained mode.
Gopinath Mama Nivedana Suno.
Okay, done. Akka.
Hari Bol. Prabhuji, usually speaker gives us the homework, and here I am so patit, we are giving you the homework. I already asked you.
I'm fortunate.
I already asked you for the names
devotees are giving farmaish. That's actually opulence. Yes, receiving instruction from Vaishnava is opulence. There are hardly people to instruct me.
Please bless
Thank
us.
you. Thank you.
Prabhu, honestly, I was going to ask you to take care of your health, but sometimes, I don't feel in that position. I saw your throat and nose, and I kind of remembered, I said, he goes to so many lectures and he goes on the TV live too, your Seedhi Baat Prabhuji ke saath. And I'm thinking how he's gonna manage to do that. But then, I was praying to Krishna. I said, may he be okay with his throat and whatever. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hari.
Thank you, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Disha Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Disha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhu, who were present in the Kurukshetra battlefield, they saw Krishna because in their past lives they had did very much pious activities, or out of Krishna's mercy they could see in the battlefield to Krishna Prabhu?
Both. Definitely. They did have a qualification, otherwise they wouldn't be a part of this battle. They did have some qualification. Definitely. Somewhere some connection of some mercy of devotee is there. Otherwise the 64 crore soldiers will not be brought together under one particular in particular manner. They did. At the same time, Krishna gives them the mercy. Both. It's both.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank
I'll
you.
take a last question, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Our Miss Tech T Lock Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Dhanavad pranam. Sorry.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dhanavad Pranam. Can you please tell us a bit about Kalanemi? Who he is? Kalanemi.
Okay, you want to know about Kalanemi?
Yeah.
I'll show you who's Kalanemi. I don't know him personally. Here's where I've read about Kalanemi. Yeah. O king, when the demon Kalanemi was carried by lion, saw that the supreme personality of Godhead carried by Garuda was in battlefield. The demon immediately took his trident, whirled it, and discharged it at Garuda's head. The supreme personality of Godhead, Hari, the master of the three worlds, immediately caught the trident and with his very same weapon killed the enemy Kalanemi along with his carrier, the lion. So he's belonging to the Asura race. He's a demon, demoniac family, Bali's teammate. In the battle between demigods and demons, he comes here. And that's how he's killed. Now I'll show you in Krishna Leela where Narad Muni, Guru, reveals the past life. So to Kamsa he reveals. Yeah. In the previous birth, Kamsa had been a great demon named Kalnemi and been killed by Vishnu. Upon learning this information from Narada, Kamsa became envious of everyone connected with Yadu dynasty. Okay? Is it okay? You can, I hope you noted down the sections. You can study more in case you're eager to know who's Kalnemi.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, sorry, we in 1 hour, we want to become, I think, like we want to know everything from you and different.
I don't know anything.
I'm sorry.
I just try to quote Prabhupada.
We all just love you so much, Prabhu. Otherwise, sometimes, you're not comfortable asking from a speaker so much stuff. It is just love, which,
No, please.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Please feel free to ask for any service. I'll be more than fortunate to serve. In fact, I'm feeling so bad I couldn't cater to her.
Don't feel bad, Prabhu. Naina Mataji, Prabhu has to leave. Could you please ask?
Okay,
next?
we'll take. Just
we'll
last.
Take. Okay. Naina Mataji. Hare Krishna, Naina Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I appreciate. Thank you for a beautiful class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, just one question. I'm sure it's common to a lot. The question is, Prabhuji, I know the 16 rounds every day is like a huge tapasya. And it's been happening because, there's so much service around. We manage ISKCON Berry here in Canada. There are times when you're not able to do it. And it is like constant guilty trip. I feel terrible because it's like you have taken aspiration, you aspiring towards being one good devotee. But there are times, work, life, everything, that's something that's coming, sometimes that takes the back burner. I don't know how, and I feel guilty 24/7 that I'm not able to do that. Can you please say something? I know every Vaishnav says the same thing, that is our param dharma. But sometimes, it's like something comes that's piercing and it's like, you need to do it. That is your ultimate dharma. I don't know, that's happening to me. I feel terrible these days.
So, if I have understood your question correctly, are you talking about sometimes when you're unable to complete 16 rounds, something like that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So I will like to show you something very amazing. You'll be very happy to see this, but hope I am able to find it first, then you'll be happy. Just a conversation. This is Srila Prabhupada's question answer, Chicago, July 4th, 1974. Devotee. Srila Prabhupada, if after finishing 116 rounds of the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, is it all right too? It is not finished. If you have got time, if you haven't got to do anything else, You can continue. 1600. It is not mechanical. Now I have finished 16 rounds. That's all. Why 16 rounds? You chant 1600 rounds. That is minimum. Because you cannot concentrate your mind in chanting. You have no attachment for chanting. That is a regulative principle. You must finish this. Otherwise, those who are actually attached to the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, that Haridas Thakur, they are chanting whole day and night. But you cannot imitate that. Your mind is not fixed up. Therefore, it is minimum 16 rounds. Not that because minimum 16, I cannot chant more. Why not more? You can chant more. I'll just give something which you will really inspire you. In fact, every one of us. This is from Srila Prabhupada's lecture 6 to 9:10. Lecture in Allahabad, January 15, 1971. Same lecture, Prabhupada talks about 3 stages of chanting. Number 1, simply be repentant and go on chanting. Repentant for unnecessary activities, prajalpa, social media, eating outside food cooked by non-devotees. Repent, go on chanting. Number 2, chant the Pancha Tattva mantra. And stage 2, when you go to Namabas, repentant, go on chanting. Pure chanting, go on chanting. Go on chanting. Go on chanting. So we have to just do 3 things. You will go from Aparad Nam to Shuddha Nam. Go on chanting. Go on chanting. Never ever we should think that, oh, it's finished. Yeah, it's done. Chanting is over. Finished. Prabhupada used to get very upset when somebody says finished chanting. Yes, Prabhupada says minimum 16 rounds. I'll show you something. 1 minute, just 1 minute, Prabhu. Yeah. Prabhupada says here, in our Krishna consciousness movement, we have to recommend the neophyte chant at least 16 rounds. The next thing is the members of the Krishna conscious movement chant a minimum of 16 rounds a day. What is the difference between two? At least and minimum. Neophyte is at least. Members are minimum. Which means neophyte should chant come to 16, not less. But members of Krishna conscious movement 16 and more. Yes, 16 and more. That's what Prabhupada said. So this is one thing that we have to prioritize. And just one place Prabhupada mentions. I'm not able to find that right now. But in case somebody is unable to complete chanting was a very pressing reason, then you should do it the next day immediately. But otherwise, it's a regulative principle that we have to do minimum 16 rounds at any cost. That is when remembrance of Krishna can be developed. Otherwise, it cannot be. I have many quotes. I can keep showing you all the quotes every day. Right? Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Actually, sometimes I feel we are very fortunate that Prabhupada just gave us 16 rounds, because he could have said 64 and then we will be like, okay.
Very 16 and no less.
And no less. And I love that example. I don't remember that exactly. When it was is an example when if our Guru Maharaj has to come to our house and he says just to prepare me 3 things and 2 things, so we should give more. So beautiful question, Mataji, that help all of us, and we should chant more, certainly. So dear devotees, Prabhu has to leave. So our Prabhuji, our another dear devotee, this Mataji is so sweet. Shri Isho Panidas Mataji, and I don't know if you like to Hare Krishna Mataji. We are forcing too much, Prabhu. Prabhu, I know you're coming to Calgary and I moved to Calgary, so you probably will crush me when you come here.
No.
You're putting me in trouble on the calls.
Oh, Kripa, you're giving me Kripa. I'm getting mercy. But
Okay.
I'll be, let's take this as really the last question. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, are you there?
Jai Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Thank you so very much for your wonderful, wonderful service. I just want to say thank you for the last question the Mataji asked about chanting and the minimum of 16 rounds. But also you touched my heart when you brought to the attention, remembrance of Krishna is a gift to sincere devotees. It absolutely is. It's just, thank you for saying that again, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, wonderful devotees. Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hari bol. Thank you, Mataji, for staying with us. You are a very sincere devotee, and we do need association of all the devotees, all the Vaishnavas who are on the call. So,
Hare Krishna, Sanatan Dharma Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Wonderful class, and we were missing you so much. Thank you so much for
I
coming
was
back.
in ISKCON leadership seminar. I was in a seminary for 25, 30 days. So I couldn't, this time slot, my classes used to go on. It was very difficult for me to come.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
thank you, dear devotees. Thank you all for attending Srimad Bhagavatam. Let us pay our obeisances to Prabhuji and all the assembled Vaishnavas on the line. Vancha kalpataru bhashyacha kripa sindhu bhayecha patita nam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु शीला प्रभुपाद जी की जय, His Grace Sanatan Dharam Prabhu ji ki jai, all the assembled devotees ki jai. Nobody is able to unmute, I think. Hari bol, jai, jai, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanavad.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Krishna, thank you, Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Koti Koti Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
Hope you feel better,
Gauranga,
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Ram, Hare
Thank
Ram,
you,
Ram
dear
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Radhe Radhe, Radhe
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe
Radhe
Radhe,
Radhe.
Hare Krishna,
Gauranga.
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 Thank you.